After watching Midnight in the Switchgrass on Netflix, I have to say I have mixed emotions on the movie. The film, which is a crime drama, documents an FBI agent tracking a serial killer who is kidnapping and killing women. Now, lead character is actress Megan Fox, and she's accompanied by Bruce Willis as her partner. Now, for the most part, I thought this was a pretty solid movie. It had good acting, a good enough storyline, and the right amount of suspense. Still, though, I found this movie strangely a bit tough to watch. Now, as you may or may not know, Bruce Willis, he's suffering from aphasia, and in this movie, you can clearly see him struggling. Willis is one of my favorite action stars from the 80s and 90s, and he's made obviously awesome movies like Die Hard, Armageddon, and he had such a commanding personality, an alpha male personality when he was on screen. This movie, though, he clearly looks overwhelmed at times and seems like he's just trying to get through the scenes. Now, I don't want to make this review all about Bruce Willis because his role was somewhat limited in this movie, probably because of health reasons. That said, lead actress Megan Fox, I thought did quite well in this movie, and it actually surprised me how well she did. She's done some other films like Rogue, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Jennifer's Body, and to me she's proved she's not just a pretty face. As you might recall, Fox catapulted to stardom when she starred in the 2007 Transformers movie. All this said, Midnight in the Switchgrass is a pretty solid action crime film. The plot of this movie is that Fox, along with Willis, are attempting to track a serial killer who has been kidnapping and killing prostitutes in Florida. Simple plots and simple premises, they work for me, especially when the acting is good and there's the right amount of action and drama. In the movie, Fox is right on the trail of the killer and eventually ends up being taken by him. Now, to make the story even better, the writers did something that I think made the villain much more creepy. They made him a father, a husband, a family man. This isn't revolutionary by any means, but I always think it's easier when the writers reveal the bad guy to be someone you'd least suspect rather than the small offender criminal living alone in a one-bedroom apartment. Now, in the film, rapper Machine Gun Kelly, who actually dated Fox in real life, he gets a small role as well as a low-level pimp. At the time, I'm pretty sure Fox and Machine Gun Kelly were actually dating. But anyhow, there's a funny scene where Fox beats him up. I have to say Machine Gun Kelly played the low-level pimp pretty well. That said, it's clear he really doesn't have much acting range, at least not yet. Now, we've seen other rappers like Ice Cube, Ice-T, and LL Cool J have solid acting careers and be part of some entertaining TV shows and movies. Maybe he'll get there one day, but clearly he's not there just yet. Now, one other thing I have to say is I do think when the killer's not known till the end of these types of movies, it's better. Films like Kiss the Girls were interesting because you didn't know who the killer was. Of course, people might come out here and say Scream as well, but Scream is more of a slasher. It's not really like this, and it's kind of got its own plot storyline for every movie that follows the same formula. I just think these serial killer movies, when you don't know who it actually is, it is a little bit better. All this said, Midnight in the Switchgrass is definitely an above average detective chase serial killer movie. It's not something you have to run home and watch tonight, but it's worth checking out at some point. Thanks for your time.